These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
As for the Celtics, they played a really good all-around game. Jayson Tatum, this is my thing. We can talk about this quickly. Jayson Tatum had a triple-double, second of his career, 29 points, 14 boards, 10 assists. I didn't when it was happening, I didn't know he was having a triple-double. It didn't seem like it was this crazy all-around amazing Jayson Tatum game to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I wasn't watching close enough, but it just looked like another normal game for him, but then he finished with a triple-double. Right? Am I wrong? Right?
No, I agree. And this is why I really kind of am over the triple-doubles. There are triple-doubles where you're like, damn, that guy really had his hands all over the game.
He played good. I'm not saying he played bad, but
he was fine.
It wasn't like...
He had a good game. It was good. It was on national TV. It was against Luka, another MVP candidate. Good night for Tatum to show up. And he really got it together in the second half after a slower start. None of them looked good in the first half. Tatum, Brown, Luka, all of them were slow, missing shots. They said it on the broadcast, 2 of 14 from 3 at one point combined. Not a good showing. But Tatum got it together in the second half, was on the glass all night, which is a good thing. That is a positive, and that's an impactful thing because he didn't have it going in the first half, like I said, but he found another way to try and get in the game. The assists were not a thing I really felt from Tatum throughout the game. He had 6 in the fourth quarter, and then he got the last 4. And the game was kind of over by that point, so maybe that's why you didn't feel like his hands were all over the game. But we're at a time where guys know if they're close to that, and they kind of hunt for it. I don't really care. He got a triple-double. Cool. You can put it in your stat book. But the last assist, you watched the local broadcast, right?
I didn't only because I tweeted at the start of the game. There was a ringing in my ear when I turned on the local broadcast. There was this weird tone ringing in my ear, so I just turned it off and watched national. It was brutal. It was unwatchable. Anyways,
but the last assist was to Derek White. He kicked it to Derek White in the corner, and Derek White pretty much created his own layup. But they gave him the assist.
I saw a tweet saying it was the scorekeeper was very generous.
Yeah, very generous on the assist. So triple doubles to me are overrated. I don't get wowed by when we talked about Jokic, him putting up a triple doubles, whatever. That's just his role. They play through Jokic. He's important to them.
I think triple doubles are still impressive and they're still important. I don't think it's as much of this big jaw dropping stat as you used to think about when Russ was doing it, although Russ did it for half the season, which was insane. But
well, to me,
I think
Russ
it's
ruined it.
Sure,
because he hunted that for that. That's what makes them more empty to me is people like Russ that just want the numbers.
I think Russ in a very different play style, but Russ was just Luka before Luka was Luka. If that makes sense. I mean, obviously very different play styles, but we're talking about a guy who literally everything runs through. They're going to get the boards. They're going to be the passer. They're going to be the scorer. That's what he did on those OKC teams when, KD left. And obviously I think Luke is better at doing it.
Different levels of success at doing it.
Yes, as in Luka made the conference finals last year and Russ got bounced in the first round of the playoff, right? But you know my point though, the guy that will take over and you can run everything through him. I don't think it makes it any less impressive. Saying, oh, Lukas aren't impressive because they run through him, I don't think it's fair because I mean, what the hell? What do you want him to do? Run through Spencer Dinwiddie, right?
It's no, I can't. It's not on Luka. It's just I don't know. I don't care. I don't even care about the Tatum one. I don't care. Sure. The impressive. I don't know. I can't really think of one that I think is super impressive anymore. It just doesn't impress me because everybody knows about it. Gets talked about so much. I feel like guys chase it. It's just all right, whatever. You just had a game.
I know what you mean. I don't really care. I still think it's impressive. I think it's a good barometer for how impactful you were that game. 10 assists, that means, okay, Tatum had a good passing game. 29 points still. Okay, that means he was pretty good, although he was inefficient in getting those points, which we can talk
I'll say
about
this. I'll say this. When scorers rack up assists, it's a testament to them playing the correct way.
Yeah.
It shows they're not forcing as much, which you can chalk up as a positive. And we've talked about this before, but I always find it more impressive when guys that aren't the star get all the assists, like a point guard, like somebody like
Marcus Smart,
Smart or he's the first example that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mike
there are
Conley,
other guys that'll do it, like a Mike Conley,
Lowry. I know you don't like Lowry, but
aren't playing. The whole focus isn't them, and they're still creating shots and looks for guys. That to me is impressive. It's less.
Sure.
I don't really care. Like if the defense is sending doubles at you, you should be able to find the open guy. Like congrats.
Well, yes, but like at the same time, you have to give that player credit for being good enough for the defense to send two guys, right? Like Luka Doncic is.
It's not. It's not that. That it's true. Drawing a double, having the gravity is a big trait. It's a big important thing, and it makes it easier on your teammates. But I don't know. It's not as hard to create chances when somebody's open.
Sure, I understand.
When you create just by being there, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, you have to get there. You have to earn the double teams.
It's easier to get guys open, 100%.
Tic-taco. Come on. Taco.